A K-Tec scraper can be affordably shipped anywhere in the world in a 40-foot high cube container. This video will explain a step-by-step procedure for the reassembly of the scraper from the container to prepare it for construction, mining, or agriculture applications. Disclaimer: K-Tec is in no way responsible for any damage to the scraper or equipment during the unpacking and assembly of a containerized K-Tec scraper. Safety equipment required. Shop and measuring tools required. As a precaution, use your best judgment and double-check assembly weights before lifting. Keep your eyes open for potential pinch hazards. Unpacking. Swing open the main container doors wide enough to drag out the two skids. To do this, attach chains to the provided two tow hooks near the bottom of the front skids and attach an appropriately sized wheel loader or excavator to completely remove the skids out of the container and place it on a flat, dry surface that is away from the container access area. Review both skids to ensure that no damage has occurred during transportation. Note: the bolts and nuts used to secure the assemblies to the skid should be discarded after removing. Bolts used to assemble the scraper are found in marked white part bags. Start the assembly removal process by first focusing on the small skid's rack extension assembly. Release the ratchet straps and attach a clevis in the center of the rack extension to lift and place it in your assembly zone. The gate extension assembly is next. Release the ratchet straps and use the lift hook on the gate extension with lifting straps attached to the crane to remove the gate extension and place it in your assembly zone. The rack assembly is to be removed next. Use a clevis in the lifting holes with the lifting straps attached to the crane to lift and remove the rack and place it in your assembly zone. For removing the tires, use a lifting strap to loop through and over each individual tire assembly and then attach them to the crane to remove all 4 tire and rim assemblies and place them in your assembly zone. The laser mount assembly will be removed next. Attach a clevis to the top holes on each side of the bolt hole rings and apply tension before removing the hardware. Remove and discard the hardware and brackets, then lift the laser mount out from the skid. The gate assembly will be removed next. Remove the skid mounting bolts and use the lifting straps attached to the crane to remove the gate from the skid and place it in your assembly zone while discarding the mounting bolts. The ejector assembly is now ready for handling. Remove the skid support bolts and use a clevis in each lifting hole to attach a chain to lift and remove the ejector off the skid and place it in your assembly zone while discarding the mounting bolts. Finally, the floor assembly is the last remaining assembly on the small skid. Remove the skid bolts and attach a clevis in both front holes. Attach a 1-inch eye bolt to the rear of the floor for a safe 3-point lift by attaching it to a chain to lift and remove the floor off the skid and place it in your assembly zone. The shims taped to the sides of the floor must be kept for squaring off the scraper during assembly. Ensure the shims are reassembled in the same position where they were originally secured on the side of the floor. For this scraper, both shims were secured below the floor bolt holes. Scraper assembly. In the center of your assembly zone, set up 4 heavy-duty support stands to set the height of the floor. Set the stand height to be 406 millimeters off the ground. Ensure that the floor must be level from the front to back and side to side for proper and safe scraper assembly. The next step is placing and bolting the sidewall assemblies to the floor, which are still securely mounted on the large skid. Remove the hydraulic hose covers from the front trailing arms. Hook the sidewall trailing arm and gate arm assemblies using 2 balanced lifting points. Once tension is applied, evenly remove the skid hardware to free the connected assemblies from the skid. Use the crane to lift the connected assemblies over to the floor and ensure that the shims are first installed on the side of the floor. The 1-inch by 3-inch bolts with washers are found in the white labeled fastener bags. Once the scraper is fully assembled, apply thread locker evenly to all floor bolts. Loosely insert all 1" by 3" bolts with washers and snug up only the first and last bolts along the row of floor bolts. Replicate the previous 2 steps for the other sidewall assembly. Tail to rear C-frame assembly. Remove the tail assembly from the large skid by placing a clevis in the front and back lifting points. Lift and remove the tail from the large skid and lay the tail assembly down at the rear of the scraper and connect the 2 provided pins to the floor. We'll return to this process after these next steps. Rear C-frame assembly. Hook up the rear C-frame assembly using the 2 top lift points to attach a chain to connect to the crane. Apply tension and then remove the skid hardware to release the rear C-frame from up off the skid while discarding the mounting bolts. Continue to carry the rear C-frame assembly around the back of the sidewalls and floor assemblies and pin the rear C-frame to both the left and right sidewalls with the 2 provided pin kits. Also, finger tighten the hardware at the bottom of the rear C-frame assembly on both sidewalls. Now torque the rear C-frame bolts as per the specifications in the manual. Tail to rear C-frame assembly. Use the rear tail hooks to lift the tail assembly and align it with the C-frame. This will allow access to insert the pin that connects the tail to the C-frame. Rod adjuster installation. Locate the white labeled fastener bag. Loosely insert the rod bolt and nuts through the C-frame adjuster brackets. Once the scraper is fully assembled, tighten both adjuster rods. Gate installation. Lift the gate arms up and insert the gate safety pins onto both sidewalls to hold it upright. If you are using a chain, place a foam sheet between the gate and chains to protect the paint from scratching. Lift the gate assembly from the large skid by placing a clevis on the inside concave lifting point. Then insert a clevis on each end of the gate opening and suspend it between the gate arms and the front of the scraper shell assembly. Open the white labeled fastener bags to find the hardware fasteners. Attach the gate to the gate arms by starting with the bottom bolts and moving all the way up to the top bolts. Release the safety pin, lower the gate, and remove the chains. Now torque the gate as per the specifications in the manual. Laser mount installation. Lift the laser mount assembly back off the ground and ensure that the welded number tab faces the left side of the scraper before finger tightening the laser mount bolts. The hardware fasteners are found in the white labeled fastener bags. Ejector assembly. The ejector will be handled next by first removing the slider block assemblies on each sidewall before being removed from the large skid using the crane to lift it into the assembly zone. Open the white labeled fastener bags to find the hardware fasteners. Now that the ejector is suspended upright from the floor, first remove the 2 keeper rods. Next, install the ejector bolts by starting with the top bolts and insert the bolt from the back side, taking it through the oval holes. Once the bolt has been inserted, slide the bolt keeper in from the top to keep the bolt in place. Repeat this process for the rest of the bolts, and then torque the top 2 bolts to secure the bolt keepers as per the specifications in the manual. Ejector to tail connection process. The ejector hood will be handled next by being removed from the large skid using the crane to lift into the assembly zone. To install the ejector and hood inside the scraper bowl, first set down 2 of the 13mm spacers on the rear of the floor close to both sidewalls, and then set them on the 13mm spacers. Now tighten the tail bolts as per the torque specifications in the manual. Lift the ejector cylinder until it is lined up with the cylinder pin connection area. Force air into the hydraulic hose until the cylinder pushes itself into the pin connection area. Locate the ejector cylinder pin found in the white labeled bag. Once the ejector pin is installed, insert roll pins into the pin assemblies. For installing inside the sidewall track to the ejector arms, pre-assemble both ejector slider block assemblies and apply thread locker to the ejector slider block bolts before finger tightening. Lift slightly from the ejector lifting points and pull the ejector forward. Move the spacers and then reset the ejector on top of the 13mm spacers. Then tighten the slider block bolts as per the torque specifications in the manual. Rack installation. Place a clevis on the top center lifting point. Lift the rack to suspend on top of the ejector. Use the 2 provided bolts to secure the rack to the ejector. Locate the rack parts bag and install the row of bolts on the underside of the rack that line up with the ejector brackets and fasten as per the torque specifications in the manual. ADT Neck installation. Remove the ADT Neck Assembly from the large skid by placing a clevis in the front and back lifting points and provide upward tension. Remove the skid hardware and discard the fasteners. Lift the ADT neck and suspend it between the trailing arms and the front of the scraper shell assembly. Open the white labeled fastener bags to find the hardware fasteners. Line up the timing mark grooves on the casted flanges of the trailing arms and ADT neck, then insert and finger tighten only 1 bolted connection per side of the scraper. Once all of the holes on the flange rings are aligned, insert and finger tighten all the hardware. Remove the lifting straps from the trailing arms and reposition the lifting straps to the ADT neck front lift point and lift the ADT neck with a crane until the trailing arms start to move. Measure the lift cylinders and ensure a 13mm tolerance. If the measurement differs between 13mm or less, then the scraper is considered within square tolerance. While the neck is suspended and the gate is opened, tighten up all hardware to secure the ADT neck to the trailing arms as per the torque specifications in the manual. Hydraulics installation. Remove the spiral wrap on the hydraulic hoses. The hydraulics are color-coded. See the hydraulic front C-frame manual for more information, including the structural manual for hardware and part numbers. The hydraulic manual will be used for hardware and part numbers. Use the attached hydraulic torque specs to complete the installation. Filling hydraulic fluid. Container-shipped scrapers are shipped without hydraulic fluid to prevent any possible spillage and contamination while in transit. Read through the operator manual sections 2.3, Equipment Matching, 2.4, First Use, and 2.7, Hooking and Unhooking. Complete the steps until the hydraulics are filled and functioning. Electrical installation. Unwrap the electrical located on the ADT neck. Route the end with the plug towards the ball and cup following the hydraulic hoses. Route the end with the loose wiring down the right trailing arm following the hydraulic lines and hoses until it reaches the electrical junction box. Refer to the parts manual for more wiring details. Once the front electrical installation is complete, rewrap the spiral wrap on the front hydraulic hoses. Unwrap the electrical on the rear C-frame. Route the electrical harnesses along the hydraulic lines until it reaches the electrical junction box. Refer to the parts manual for more wiring details. Shell hydraulics assembly. It is important to finish off the hydraulics at the shell and the rear before the wheels are installed. The hydraulic manual is needed for the hardware part numbers. Also, use the hydraulic torque specifications as listed in the manual to complete a proper hydraulics installation. Gate extension installation. Lift the gate extension from the large skid by the single top lifting point and rest it on the gate channel for it to be bolted to the gate arms as per the torque specifications in the manual. Rack extension installation. Lift the rack extension from the large skid by the single top lifting point and rest it on top of the ejector rack for it to be bolted to the rack as per the torque specifications in the manual. Wheel assembly. To ensure the wheel assemblies fit on the scraper, the rear floor must be 381 mm off the ground. Locate the white labeled hardware fastener bags. Insert the bearing nut bar and center it over the holes, and use the axis hole to adjust the nut bar placement, starting with the inner blocks. Use the crane to lift and position the wheel assembly into place. Now apply anti-seize to the shank of the wheel bolts. Now apply thread locker on the thread of the wheel bolts. Make sure all 4 bottom bolts are threaded on the inner block before tightening. Then make sure all 4 bottom bolts are threaded on the outer block before tightening. Repeat these steps for the other tire, rim, and axle assembly. ADT Lead tie rod assembly. Connect the tie rods to the rear C-frame with pins, with the number tab facing down. Adjust the threaded section as needed to align with the tail bushing. Insert roll pins to the bottom of the 4 welded pin assemblies. Mud scraper and rock pick assembly. Locate the white labeled hardware fastener bags. Connect the rock picks to the rear C-frame with the hardware fasteners found in the white labeled fastener bags. Use the remaining hardware to bolt the mud scrapers to the scraper sidewalls and tail assembly. Cutting edge installation. Locate the white labeled hardware fastener bag. Arrange the cutting edges appropriately by lining up the beveled center bit in the middle of the floor with a side bit on both sides of the center bit, and loosely insert all of the cutting edge bolts. Now bolt the cutting edges to the scraper floor as per the torque specifications in the manual. Prior to beginning earth-moving activities, please read and understand the contents of the K-Tec Operator's Manual, as well as view the ADT Scraper Operator training video for efficient and safe earth-moving practices. In conclusion, for further scraper assembly support, please contact the K-Tec service hotline by calling 1-866-769-3787.